So what's the deal with carbs? Are they good? Are they bad? When it comes to managing weight in our 50s and beyond, it's one of the most confusing and frustrating topics. So today we're here to clear up the confusion and share some fascinating facts about carbs so you can feel confident about how to safely fit carbs into your healthy eating plan. For the best wellness and weight loss information for women over 50, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when we post a new video.
All right, so we can tell you from years of experience working with women and weight loss that over 90% of the time, there is no need to slash your carbohydrates. And in fact, it can be very detrimental to do so in the long run. So first and foremost, we want to get across the point that carbs are not the enemy. And we're going to tell you a few reasons why that's true. So first of all, carbohydrates contain powerful anti-inflammatory plant chemicals. And you may have heard the term antioxidant or polyphenols. And these plant chemicals help reduce our risk of cancer and heart disease and dementia and osteoporosis and pretty much every chronic disease out there. Not only that, carbohydrates also help build muscle. So for all of you out there who think it's all about protein, that is absolutely not the case. We actually store carbohydrates in our muscle and our liver, and we use that for usable energy. It's known as glycogen. But if your carbohydrate intake is really, really low, you're going to be burning your muscle tissue for energy unless you're in ketosis. So breaking down muscle is really the last thing you want to be doing when you're trying to lose and maintain weight, because muscle, of course, burns calories 24/7. Plus, carbohydrates help you repair muscle tissue after exercise. So it's really important to get those carbs in post-workout. Carbs also are super satisfying. They're bulky, they fill you up, they taste great. And to boot, they are the only macronutrient that provides real whole food sources of fiber, right? We have protein, fat, and carbs are the only macronutrient that are going to give that fiber source. And we're going to talk a lot more about fiber in a minute.
So we can't talk about carbs without talking about the difference between a whole food, healthy, or what we call energy boosting carb, and a more processed carb, or what we call an energy thief. Foods in the energy boosting carb camp include not only an array of colorful veggies and fruits, but sweet potatoes, red or purple potatoes, beans, peas, wild rice, quinoa, just to name a few. The healthier carb sources will have vastly different impacts on your body and waistline than those processed carbs or those energy thieving carbs that I talked about. Things like white bread, white rice, crackers, pastries, cookies. And that's because whole food carbs, they're not stripped of their nutrients. There's a huge difference, think about it, between a potato and a bag of potato chips, right? Not only in terms of nutrient quality, but the way they're cooked, and also in terms of fiber content. So fiber is the indigestible component of plant foods. One of the most important features is that it feeds our good gut bacteria. We have trillions of bacteria in our body, and it needs to be nourished. So our bacteria consume fiber and in turn perform all sorts of great functions in our body. This includes metabolizing nutrients from food, providing a protective barrier against intestinal infections, producing vitamin K and many B vitamins, and acting as a key part of our metabolic and immune system. Oh, and did you know that our gut bacteria produce about 95% of our serotonin? So you probably know about serotonin, but if you haven't, it's our happy chemical. So we want a lot of that.
Okay, I think you're realizing by now that the bottom line is that slashing all carbs is going to deprive your body of various antioxidants, nutrients, fibers, and this is going to affect your health in terms of digestion, your immune system, your mood, your metabolism, and your weight long term. So hit the like button if this resonates with you. Okay, the $1 million question then becomes, how do I fit carbs safely into my diet without messing up my weight loss goals or my weight maintenance goals? And the truth is that we are more sensitive to carbs in and around menopause. Okay, we had to put that out there. So we do need to be careful with how we incorporate them into our diets.
So basically, it comes down to three things. First is going back to my example of the potato and a potato chip, it's nutrient quality. You want to make sure you're getting in good nutrients. Second is balance. You want to make sure you get a good balance of the foods you're eating, a good balance between protein and healthy fats and a wide range of nutrients. So our program PM Meal Mastery covers a lot of that really in depth. And the third part is portions. And this is really an individual thing because we can't just say, okay, everybody can eat the same amount. It depends how much you're exercising. It depends on your metabolism. Depends what time of day you're eating things. So the portion sizes do matter.
When it comes down to it, one of the main points we want to get across in this video is that you want to avoid black and white thinking. There's no scenario where you want to say, yes, I can have all the carbs I want or put carbs in my diet, or no, I'm completely abstaining from carbs. So of course we have to be careful with our refined carbohydrates, the energy thieves. So you want to keep those as limited as possible. But even there, it's never 100% no, never, right? There always wants to be a little bit of wiggle room to make your diet sustainable. On the other hand, with the energy boosters, of course, an abundance of vegetables and a good amount of fruit. And then it's up to the individual to determine what fits into their meal plan and their lifestyle and how their body responds to the starchier carbohydrates like sweet potatoes and peas and things like that, which are amazing and super beneficial. So depending on your exercise level, like Stephanie was talking about, and your own body makeup, you can learn to figure out what your body can tolerate safely. Also, we want to just address again, with sort of black and white thinking. If you're looking to lose weight, instead of looking at the next fad diet and saying, okay, I know I'm going to go keto, for instance, or go on a super low carb diet, that rarely works in the long run. We want to just look at what are the things in your eating plan that are tripping you up the most. For instance, maybe it's just eating too many snacks at night, or you have an energy dip during the day, so you're just overeating, during the day, or you're eating your emotions. Instead of looking at the next diet, think about the particular things in your current diet per se, or eating plan, that are the trickiest piece for you, and just work on that. So instead of going on a super strict diet, think about, oh, am I eating when I'm not hungry? Am I eating too much at night? Am I snacking when I'm stressed? Focus on those sticking points and address those things instead of just reducing all your carbs and going on a restrictive diet. So the take-home message is that carbs are really important for multiple functions in our body. And we don't want to neglect them, but we want to just make sure we're eating them safely.
So let us know in the comments below, what has been your experience with carbs in the past? And if you want a clear path for how to fit these carbs in safely into your diet and are not sure where to get started, be sure to check out our PM Meal Mastery. It's the perfect guide, and we'll drop a link in the comments below. Now be sure to check out our next video where we talk more about the best eating styles for women over 50.